All right, what is up, guys? Welcome back to Late Night Shots podcast. It has been over 2 months, 3 months, whatever it is at this point. So we're back for you guys. We finally did something out. We were just talking about this before. The last name of my podcast was We Are Back. We are back now, but not
We're
when I
back
was supposed to be
again.
back. But I think we're gonna go through some rebranding with this podcast. We might rename it to the HQMA Hour, something like that. But Neko, go ahead, introduce yourself, your line of work.
I am Neko. I am a professional memer at wrestling.meme.page. Make sure to check it out. We are bigger than Heavyweight Nation.
Yeah. Smart that matters. Dude, you should have if you go check out Nico's page, dude, when he was wrestling his cousin, should have done a collab though. Like, I'm telling you, that man is not natural, but that's topic for a different day. So, as you know, a member is DeSanto 133. You could tell him what happened.
He's in the middle of a important meeting right now with his doctor for certain transitions. I'm not going to out him too much, but we all know.
But yeah,
We're proud of you, Gordon.
Back on a more serious note, yeah, I think the defensive pin may be joining us every so often. What's his name? Olympic team trials champion Jesse Porter may be joining us sporadically. We don't know yet, but we're gonna have a good amount of people. And then all I see is memes. Logan may be hopping in for a little bit too. So all guys who have big presences. Obviously, Jesse Porter runs Elite Wrestling memes. Smaller page, but he's up there. He's getting up there. Probably has more credit, has much more credibility than any of us as an actual wrestler. But yeah, so
you say that maybe like he definitely does.
I say maybe. Dude, it's
how many times have you been to the Olympic team trials?
I don't know, man. I went once. No, I didn't actually, but that's cool. I went to the Olympics more times. No, that's messed up. I can't say that. I was gonna say I went to Beijing in 2008 to watch the Olympics, but no, we're not gonna talk about that. It's like I always roast him because he does Greco, even though like I'll probably end up doing Greco if I do anything. But yeah, so basically today, it's just kind of an intro. We're kind of back into it. The 2 out of the 3 best wrestling pages. Obviously Gordon exists somewhere out there. Yeah, his page is dead at this point, so it's like whatever. The craziest part, dude, is this dude gets like 6,000 likes a picture and just still his page doesn't go up.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't either.
I even started doing my old scummy stuff.
Yeah, so we got a couple things to talk about. First thing, I'm going to rant a little bit about the bitches at Instagram taking down my post today. So I think some of you may or might not know.
Is too strong.
Yeah, for real though. But so let's just walk through it. I think most of you guys have seen the Conor McGregor tweet that went out in response to Khabib whatever the fuck the dude's last name is, but Nurmagomedov. Yes, that's what it is.
Good job.
Khabib said, congratulating Dustin Poirier on his win over Conor McGregor. Good always defeats evil. Conor's well thought out response was good equals COVID and evil equals father. If you've been around this long enough, Khabib's dad died of COVID. And yeah, let's be honest though, like when Conor said about Dustin's wife, it's like, all right, that's petty, but it's nothing too bad. This is like I would genuinely say I hope Khabib gets the mafia on that man. Like, and I mean that like with all seriousness. Like I would not be mad if Khabib got that man.
I wouldn't wish that on McGregor, but I would probably say it was deserved after the fact.
It's like it goes from like, how like the UFC is mostly all talk behind the scenes. Like, let's be honest, like you go to Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley, like they're probably cool behind the scenes. Like Jake Paul versus Ben Askren, it's all for money. Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather is pretty obviously planned. Maybe not the fight itself, but obviously behind the scenes, it's all money plot. Logan Paul's going to be a billionaire soon enough. Like Jake probably, I think Floyd's already going to be up there with all his investments when they mature. But yeah, so my caption was, I hope Poirier breaks McGregor's neck next time in round 4. It did strong, like 1,000 likes in like an hour, dude. That's like good for me because I normally post a lot. I just haven't been doing much. Been grinding out TikTok for that creator fund
Especially
money.
just for like a little news update thing. It's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
good for
like
that.
I'm not a UFC page, so it's kind of just like whatever. You get a bunch of
Mhm.
comments, like people were actually defending that, and that's hilarious to me. But
That's what I don't get. Like when I was saying before, like McGregor, he's got like his money and all, like he's elevated kind of away from reality.
yeah,
But there's like people that are like as broke as me defending this guy.
I genuinely don't know what to think because I honestly want to say go fuck yourself if you support him. But then like these are guys that I thought were like they comment on my page all the time. I'm like, okay, these are cool guys. And then they say some dumb shit like this. It's like I don't know what to
Some
say.
of them, some people I think might not know the whole thing with Khabib's dad and just think he's talking like some shit like that. But
Yeah.
like I could understand defending it if you weren't dead, but like the dead can't defend themselves. That's
Yeah.
off
It's like,
limits, you know.
I mean, the thing wouldn't make sense theoretically if he was still alive, but I mean, and maybe got COVID. I don't know. But there's also people saying like, oh, Connor's in his head rent free. You know, good thing they're getting ratioed pretty quick in those posts, but you know, that's what that is. But yeah, like let's move on. More things going on in the wrestling world. Stalemates, wrestling card. You know,
I'll
is
get
there
it
much going
offhand.
on in it? Not really, but there is one match we only talk about. Pat Downey, aka the man I think that has all of us blocked right now. Are
He's
you
got my
blocked yet?
personal, not he's got my personal
He
page blocked,
does.
not my actual page.
Yeah.
I
What
got
about
blocked
Christian
on Twitter
Biles?
for doing a Yeah,
Does
I'm
Biles still
blocked
block
on
you?
everything from that
Oh
man.
my
Like
god.
I made one like shitty comment to him on Twitter, and he went and blocked all my social
Yeah,
media.
that's hilarious. For working at a media company, like they surprisingly don't deal with this shit very well.
Yeah,
Like you would think, like, you know how many times guys have said shit to me, like, but all right, so you can talk about the match for a little bit, I guess.
St- uh, Downey versus
Yeah.
Gadson. I don't know what to say about. I'm not the biggest analyst, but
Yeah.
I think Gadson's got that.
Yeah, I think
like
Gadson cruises through. I don't know what weight they're at, but just from a technical aspect, I don't see any way that Downey
he's
is really
bigger than
better than
Downey for
Gadson.
one.
I don't think he's bigger at this point. I think Gadson was cutting 92. You know, obviously he lost to Nate Jackson, but Nate Jackson's just been something
I didn't really
different
cut that low.
recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, like he like has abs and everything now.
Wow.
Yeah. He's looked good. I think Nate Jackson could very well be our guy at 92. Like even with Jaden
Mm-hmm.
Cox there, like if he shows up, could possibly pull something, but comes down to is like,
Anything could happen in
yeah.
wrestling.
I know Stillmates does a good job promoting their stuff. So, you know, you gotta
Mm-hmm.
subscribe to their Patreon or something to watch it. I did that, but they did some interviews. Kyven Gadson, he said, if Pat Downey is only an All American because I didn't take my 6th year. That's what he said. You know, let's be honest. Like people say it like Downey was just all like superstar in college. Like he was an All American, I think, a couple times or something like that. Gadson was national champ. He has a win over Jaden Cox, multiple wins over Kyle Snyder, wins over Morgan McIntosh, and he did it pretty
But
well.
didn't something happen with Downey in college? Like he
He
was
just
on
kept
like a
getting kicked
team.
out of a bunch of schools
Yeah.
because he transferred so much or something like that. Probably him
Did he
starting
like?
shit.
Did he have like a full like eligibility run? I'm not sure offhand. You know?
Something like that. I don't know. I think he got kicked out of a school or something. I don't know. I might have to look into that though. But
I know he was on the Iowa roster for like a brief period.
yeah, he's just a weird dude. I don't know. You can actually
He's
talk a
out there.
little bit about Pat Downey's OnlyFans if you want to. You know,
I'm confused for one because I thought he already had one. So I don't know why it's not coming back. But I see before it was supposed to be like all like wrestling stuff, I'm pretty sure. But now it's going into like he's advertised that it's gonna be blunt rolling tutorials, wrestling technique, and actual nudes. I forget what his exact words for. I think he called it like dong shot or something. But
dude, he's something else. Like I don't even know anymore. I remember we had
He's
competition.
definitely
Like,
a personality.
yeah, what was it? This was maybe like 2 years ago. At this point, we had a competition who can get blocked first. So I instantly, hopped on the meme tick, made like the most random meme, and then just it wasn't even a meme. I was just straight up talking shit about the dude, and he blocked me like 10 seconds later.
Well, at least he acknowledged you on it. When I made a meme about him, he like took it and like didn't credit me or anything. And you know how I get with
Yeah, I
that.
mean, it's yeah. What's it called? Dude, I don't even know what to say about the dude. He's just something different. Like Gadson's a chill
He's,
dude. I've talked to him a couple times. Then you have
mhm.
Downey out here taking
I,
pictures of 6ix9ine, and it's just like I don't know. I do think I think it's a folk style match, 6 minutes, so 2-2-2 with pushouts.
mhm.
I don't see any way that Gadson loses this
I don't see it.
because you have to realize like Downey's biggest thing is upper body too,
Hmm.
and Gadson's signature move is literally a throw,
Yeah.
and he
I
pinned Snyder with it, so it's like all right.
like I think on like just stats, Gadson has him beat, but I think it's also just a bad matchup for Downey just in styles
Yeah,
too.
and people have to realize Gatson is low key athletic now. Like down like
Hmm.
12 pounds, 97 to 92. That's about 12 pounds.
Yeah, I've been trying not to look like a
11.
total idiot and like pulling stuff up on the side, and like I'm looking at Gadson now. He's looking
Dude, he
tough.
is ripped. Like I used to like see, I'm too lazy to go back and edit and like put the picture on the screen like what we're looking at. But like I can't wait till like I'm big enough to have somebody do that for me. Like I lost what's it called? I lost 6 subscribers overnight, and that kind of hurt.
Six
Like I was low key
subscribers
about
on
to cry to my
YouTube.
mom. Yeah. Like I'd be doing like the dumb shit. It's like I know for a fact those are gonna be back in like a week, and it just doesn't
Mhm.
matter. But it's like,
It-
because yeah, you have like one person unsubscribe every so often. Just having 6 people did it at once. But yeah, so final guess,
I
final prediction.
on Gadson Downey.
Yeah,
Score wise, I think I got to give it to Gadson. Maybe like I don't want to give an exact like number, but I think
mhm.
like an 8 point, 10 point, like
All
tech
right.
fall or almost tech fall.
I don't know what the scoring rules are. If it is
Oh yeah,
freestyle
I
scoring
wasn't
to
thinking that.
10, I
Yeah,
think it's a tech. If it is folk style scoring, I'll say major if they give escapes.
oh, yeah, I was assuming
Yeah.
freestyle shit.
I genuinely do think that Gadsden's in much better shape at this point. If we're
Mhm.
running back to 97 kilo Gadsden at the Olympic trials, I would not say the same thing. Also, Downey's been smoking his balls off, so I don't know. And just kind of,
Yeah.
he's been MIA,
Mhm.
tech Nick Rodriguez and thinks he's all shit. But yeah, so other big news, Rutgers Nick Suriano, former Rutgers wrestler Nick Suriano
Mhm.
is in the transfer portal. Now that we look at this, the main landing spot looks to be Arizona State. He's been training with Sunkiss Kids. World Team Trials, I think it is. He's going to, but let's look at it. Who's there at Sunkiss Kids from train with, or Arizona State? Brandon Courtney. Let's.
Pull up.
He's the national finalist. Lost Spencer Lee in the national finals. That's good. And I'm probably missing a bunch more guys. I don't know who trains Sunkiss Kids. Maybe James Green or something. I genuinely don't know, but yeah, that's there. I think people are going to completely count out the whole Penn State possibility. But
I'm not seeing Penn State. Like, there's a reason he left Penn State the first time around.
yeah, it's because I don't think they would let him wrestle, or it's just something dumb like that.
I'm not sure
Because
offhand,
I
but
genuinely do think if he stayed at Penn State and didn't get injured his freshman year, he would have won.
mhm.
He beat Cruz 7-0, and his one loss was to Thomas Gilman, 3-2. Off of a takedown that I don't think he lets happen again.
Yeah, I always forget how like competitive that was between him and Gilman that for
Yeah.
like his years of freshman. Like that's
It's like
impressive
we look
because
at it
Gilman was on
now,
a
like,
tear.
yeah. Oh my God, Gilman versus Lezak that year was something else too.
That's like one of my favorite matches of all time.
Yeah.
I tell people about that all the time.
I'm a huge Lezak fan, so that one kind of sucked, but
Mm-hmm. I'm a big Lezak fan, but I'm a Hawkeye fan before that.
Yeah, I know. We hate each other, but it's cool. You don't know how funny it was for me to see what Gable did to Cassiope.
Wait,
It was he was just he super ducked him like multiple times. I think actually. At the end of the day, it's kind of just whatever. It's like
I think like the first few times I had, I was saying, oh, Cassiope could do it. Cassiope could surprise some people.
It looked like that his freshman year. Like I still do think Cassiope has the potential to beat Mason Barris. It's probably just the worst style matchup for him possible.
Yeah.
But like talent wise, they're probably going to wrestle Gable the same every time.
I like as soon as you put Gable in the mix, it kind of starts shutting down other people's.
Yeah, it's like where does we all know the top 5 is going to be Gable, Paris, Kirkfield, Cassiope, and Schultz. It's just where do they fall? You know, we saw Paris go from being a blood round dude to a national finalist. Who else did that? Adam Kuhn. You know,
Can't think of him. Yeah.
And why was that mainly size? Honestly, Kuhn was tiny, got big as shit. He's there. Now he's even bigger, playing for the Titans now. But yeah, like we got Bears doing that. It's like
forgot about that.
Yeah. Griffith's gonna be interesting. You know, he had a torn ACL and a staph infection, gets majored by Paris. Olympic trials, comes back and beats him. Kind of been MIA. I heard he was 228 at Big Tens, and now he's about 260-ish. Daniel Kirkfleet on Instagram.
Wait, who was?
Kirkfleet from Penn State.
Oh.
Yeah. Dude, like, people have to realize, like, stats yeah, I don't think he do I think he beats Gable? I'm gonna stay neutral on that for the sole fact that I know for a fact if I said that last time and it didn't happen, and I say no this time, it's going to happen if I say no, so I'll just shut up about it. I do think Paris can stand with them too. It's just for the sole fact that he just doesn't have the athleticism that they do. But yeah, we're getting completely off track. So
yeah, I was about to say that was
Suriano.
I still had all the Suriano stuff on the side. I'm like, wait.
So yeah, okay. Now that we're talking about Suriano, I think a big thing that has to get brought up is Oklahoma State has been talking with the Big Ten. Who does that bring into the mix? Dayton Fix.
Yeah.
I was talking about now. We obviously have AJ Ferrari, who is going to be very important when I mention it. Why? But Dayton Fix, RBY, that's national finals. Suriano's there. Mijic still has another year, I think.
The Suriano stay at 33, though. Because he might end up going up.
So what I heard was RBY's moving up to 41.
Really?
That's what I heard. Nick Lee 49. And Bo Bartlett maybe 57. Theoretically, that would leave room for Shane Van Ness to go down to 33 if possible. Or they could be playing for Suriano and have Robbie Howard at 25 because, you know, it's, I don't know. I'm starting to think about
if they could get Suriano and put him there, that would be
because if Suriano goes to Penn State, it's pretty much and go if he goes, well, he can go at 125. Like it's possible. It may just be kind of over for Iowa. I know you're going to try to argue that, but let's be honest. Like at minimum, it will get rid of bonus points at 125. You know,
I'd want to see that matchup. I can't remember.
It was 5-2, but you have to realize that was the one point in Spencer Lee's career that he was kind of healthy, and that was the one point in Nick Suriano's career that he was injured. Like it looked like an even match. It was just Lee beat him. That was it.
It's hard to gauge now because I feel like Lee has put like such a gap between him and the other 125s that it's hard to kind of compare him.
It's more just you haven't seen him wrestle anyone good in so long. Like
who he teched Vito.
He teched Vito in freestyle, but that's also we've seen how Vito's grown so much.
Oh yeah.
I've said this before, but I do think if Vito reaches like full form, like his pure Russian form, that I don't think he could very well just win out world championships and Olympic titles.
Yeah, he was
He
runner up
won.
at Olympic team
Yeah,
trials.
he did get tech pinned by Gilman. However, he did get tech by Dayton Fix last time they wrestled, and he beat him. So
He's always like right there with it.
yeah,
So
it's not even that. It's
once
like
he,
you've seen how much he's improved. Like he held a
yeah,
criteria match second time. It's like I don't think anyone was taking that away from Gilman at that point in time. It was just his to win.
Mm-hmm.
If Lee was there, oh well, you're not doing shit with no ACLs. But yeah, so Suriano, I do think Penn State, even though I say that shit for everybody, it's either Penn State or Arizona State, you know?
I don't see him going back to Penn State.
Yeah. It's like I think there was a picture. If you go to Cale Sanderson's Instagram, their most recent picture, I swear that's Nick Suriano and Nixon.
Sometimes I forget Kale Sanderson even has Instagram.
Yeah. You know what? I will put this up on.
Or do you have it pulled up?
When they're at dinner, right here.
Oh, at dinner?
Yeah. I will put this up on the screen if I remember to edit the video. I probably won't though, so don't count.
Oh yeah, that does look just like him.
That looks like Suriano, dude. Like I don't know if I'm tripping or not.
He tagged what's his name? John, the wrestling jokes. He tagged him there.
Really?
Is that him?
He did tag him. Did he?
Yeah. He tagged him right in that spot.
He was not tagged before, I swear. All right, yeah, I guess. It just brings up the question.
We might have to ask him.
I know there. Yeah, I don't know, John. I think you and Adam are the only people do. It's like old people shit right there.
Oh yeah.
You can have fun with that though. But yeah, no, I genuinely think they're on good terms though. Yeah, whether he goes back,
I don't think it would be. Yeah, I don't think it'd be too much bad blood, but I think he wouldn't be interested in still competing there.
I think I know the one thing he's came out and said is, what are the two things that Suriano wants more than anything? Revenge for his 2 losses that he didn't get. Spencer Lee and Thomas Gilman. That leads me to believe Arizona State for the sole fact that Gilman's at the Knee Line Wrestling Club right now.
Yeah.
And I don't think him and Lee on bad terms, but you can tell he has hatred for him and he wants that.
Yeah, not bad, just that competitive drive. Yeah.
I think Miocic versus Lee would be interesting too. Just that in freestyle. Mm-hmm. I do think Miocic takes at this point just due to how much he's wrestled internationally.
I don't think I've seen much of Miocic because he's been wrestling international.
Yeah. He went 6-4 with Yaguyev, who's the 1 seed in Tokyo. So kind of got dominated and kind of got some lucky points.
Is Miocic going to?
Yeah, he is.
Is Miocic going to Tokyo?
Yeah, I'm not sure what seed he is.
Going to Tokyo? Yeah.
Oh. Did you cut out for a little bit? No.
Yeah, it broke up. I don't know.
Yeah, Miocic is going to Tokyo. I don't know exactly what he is. I think he's seated though. We'll just let that lead into AJ Ferrari. If AJ Ferrari is in the Big Ten, what does this mean? Let's be honest. Who's AJ Ferrari's biggest threat? We all know he's coming in through high school. Braxton, Amos. I could say, the most accomplished high school wrestler of all time. Coming through that 4 times.
That's all I would hear about in West Virginia.
Yeah. Oh, shit. You are from West Virginia. Parkersburg South, 4-time state champion, never let up a single point in high school. Let's go through some high school kids. We've seen how dominant Chase Horn's been. We saw how dominant Christian Carroll was. He made Christian Carroll look like a JV kid. He made Chase Horn look like a JV kid. These are guys that are going to All-American in college multiple times, and he just did them in. He doesn't possess any insane strength, any insane speed. He's just technically perfect. You know, and that's something you don't see at an upper weight class, especially as a young person. Like Kyle Snyder had losses in high school. Gable Stevenson had losses in high school. Nick Gwiazdowski had losses in high school. All these guys. Amos didn't, you know?
He's starting at like the level that a lot of them got to in college.
He's never wrestled a college match either. Like, you know, a big thing we talked about is NIL, right?
Was he redshirt last year? Or was
he did redshirt last year? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're holding him out.
So he's already in. Yeah, he's already in this concept.
Him versus AJ is literally polar opposites.
Mm-hmm.
You have a guy who's smart and going to do everything correct. And then you have the biggest athletic freak in college wrestling.
665-pound deadlift, baby.
Dude, it's probably closer to 700 now. Like, I'll be honest.
He posted a video of him deadlifting. I was like,
I know that's my pinned tweet on Twitter too. Dude, he is something different. I don't know. I remember when the beef with him and Gable Stevenson was going on, and then he was like, "Hey, you should post this meme for me to make fun of Gable." And then Gable was just like, "Don't entertain this shit, dude. He just wants clout." And then I'm out here just like, I don't care. I'm gonna profit off both sides because I hate both of you at this point in time. I mean, not really. I don't really care, but yeah.
I mean, it benefits us.
Yes, I will leech off of them for as long as possible. You know,
that's all a meme page is, just a leech.
Olympics, though, I think we run to the men's freestyle just a little bit. You know, Jo didn't qualify for Tokyo. We know that 65 kilos, no American rep. 57, we'll look at the seeds. Obviously, the main competitors are going to be Zavor Yaguyev from Russia, Ravi Kumar from India as a 3 seed. Did something for once for my country. But who else is Yuki Takahashi from Japan did upset Rei Higuchi in their wrestle off, you know. Obviously, other countries don't have a fair wrestling system. It's whatever it is. Stevan Micic and Thomas Gilman. Let's go through how I think this weight class is going to play out. I do think Yuguyev comes out on top. Or Takahashi. I would not be surprised. But that's what I'm seeing right now. I don't think Takahashi's seeded, though, from Japan.
Still trying to find a bracket.
There isn't a bracket yet. It's just top 4 seeds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
No, I do think Gilman can medal, though. 100%.
Yeah.
I think he's been, this is kind of, he needed this, right? Like, he's been off for a while. Just like, he took losses that he shouldn't have. He lost to Gross.
Yeah, it was kind of weird when you really look at, like, Gilman's arch, because he kind of, like, was doing really good in college, kind of had, like, a weak moment towards the end of NCAAs. Yeah. Then he went on that tear, making the world team, and then kind of dipped again.
You know, it could just put a good ending to this, you know, if he does go all the way. I don't think there's that much of a differential between him and Yaguyev at the top. If he gets gold, it's probably going to be one of the more unsuspecting ones, but it's definitely possible.
Yeah,
I will say bronze, though, for now, because I do believe that Yaguyev is number 1 until proven otherwise. I'll stand on that. So, yeah, what you got?
I'm not the expert on all the international and all, but from what you said, that sounds pretty accurate.
All right, we'll go there. All right, 65, you know, the deepest weight class in the world's been said. You know, Gazmarat Rashidov from Russia, number 1 seed. Beating pretty much everyone. Takuto Odoguro from Japan. Seeded somewhere, but he's one of the better guys. Bajrang Punia from India, the 2 seed. Haji Aliyev from Azerbaijan, something Tavanyan from Armenia. You know, honestly, I don't know. I want to say Bajrang just because I'm Indian. I have no other reasoning. Like I'll say that's biased, but I don't know.
See, my bias is that's the only name out of that I recognize.
Yes, so we will go with that because it's so deep of weight class. Like between like 1 and 8, like. Anyone could win it. Like the 8 seed could defeat the 1 seed and it wouldn't be that big of an upset. Because seeds is only really based off of points like that. So
seeding for all the international stuff.
Next we have 74 kilos.
Oh, the sad one.
Chamizo is the 1 seed. Oh no, yeah, that does suck.
Wait,
Sidkov,
really?
yeah,
Oh, wasn't there
points.
isn't the Russian a
It's
like
based off
return?
seeding points.
Ah,
Sidkov did beat Chamizo 3-2. Sidkov is the 2 seed. I'm trying to think. I know Dake is unseeded. I know everybody got pressed as hell for no
really?
reason about that. After we knew that he was going to be unseeded because of the whole, he never wrestled at this weight class.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Sidkov's a 3 seed. Daniar Kasanov from Kazakhstan, ranked number 14th in the world, is a 2 seed. And Kadzmarad Gadziev, he's the 4 seed. I think Dake ticked Gadziev in the World Finals. As we're looking at this, I think it's pretty obvious that Chamizo, Sidkov, and Dake are competing for that.
Mm-hmm. As long as what?
So yeah, like as we're looking at this bracket, comes down to 3 names, Chamizo, Sidkov, and Dake.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think as long as Dake doesn't get screwed too hard in the bracket.
People are gonna hate me for this. I got Chamizo winning.
Really?
People are gonna hate me for it. I like Chamizo. I'm a huge fan of him. I've been a huge fan. I'll be rooting for him. It's either Chamizo or Dake.
I think a lot of it comes down to the bracket with that.
Yeah.
Like I think Dake could beat Chamizo, but I think the
Sidkov
Russian, yeah, I think he might be trouble for Dake.
I do think that Chamizo matches up a lot better against Dake. Theoretically, that's just my eyes. I think if Dake pulls Sidkov, yeah, for the sole fact, like if you watch that match, it was up at 79, right? So Chamizo's undersized. He lost because he got gut wrenched. Mm-hmm. Dake didn't score a takedown.
They wrestled.
Yeah, Chamizo scored the only takedown in the match. At 74, really? Do I think? And it just kind of looked like mental awareness. Obviously good for Dake for realizing the position. I think Chamizo's, it's not one of those matches. I don't think it's going to be one of those matches where Dake realizes his mistakes and go up like 10-0. It's more one of those he's going to keep playing till close points.
Yeah.
Refs love Chamizo.
Yeah.
Too.
That's it.
Yeah. I think Dake will beat Sidkov 9 out of 10 times. I do see him getting placed against Sidkov. I mean, I can't tell you any of that shit for a fact, but because that's all random draw. But if he does get placed on, if he does get placed on Sidkov's side, he takes out Sidkov. I think it's Chamizo's to win. Now, if he plays on Chamizo's side first, I would have to say Dake gets bronze. I don't want to do that. But Chamizo can also get knocked off by anybody in the bracket.
Yeah.
He plays matches dangerously sometimes. I think Sidkov's a guaranteed.
He plays by the scramble a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it could really bite you in the ass.
I think Burroughs has been the only guy who's been able to figure out how to take him down and Sidkov. Mm-hmm. Just because he's willing to put himself in the situations. If Sidkov is not on the same side as Dake, he's guaranteed to the finals. I will say that. I don't think it's going to be close. But yeah, my pick is going to be Chamizo or Dake, depending on who makes it that far. Not the biggest Sidkov fan. I like Russian wrestling, though. It's good. But yeah, I know you got Dake, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I got Dake.
All right. 86. Number 1 seed, Hassan Yazdani. We know this. 2-time world champion, defending Olympic champion, 174 kilos in 2016. Number 2 seed, Deepak Punia of India. Number 3 seed, Miles Amin, San Marino. Number 4 seed, Arthur Nifanov from Russia. Dave Taylor will be unseeded because he was out due to injury. Let's look at this. The top 3 guys we all know are Yazdani, Nifanov, and Taylor. Obviously, Nifanov, he got the spot over Kurugliev. You definitely don't know who those guys are, but yeah.
I was about to say,
that's just for the Russian wrestle-off. Obviously, Russia's stacked. Yeah. Like, the fact that Sajilayev barely won his wrestle-off says a lot.
But Russia could send anyone.
Yeah. For I have a feeling that Taylor versus Downey is going to go down early.
It always does.
Yeah.
Well, not always, because
And
I think they only wrestled once at Worlds, and the other
it's going to come down.
the
Yeah,
one
I
that didn't
don't.
matter.
Yeah. So what I will say is, if Yazdani doesn't gas out, he's going to win. That's just a fact from what we've seen. However, he will gas out. We know that. It just depends how big of a lead he can get out to.
Americans, we always, well, not always, but we usually have the bigger gas tank with that, and I think Taylor could pressure him enough.
Yeah, and Taylor has good enough parterre offense where you think he can work it. Thing is, obviously people are going to be biased towards the U.S. that are watching this. Let's just run through the facts. Downey was completely outsized every 2 times they wrestled, right? I do think Taylor still has his number. I'll say that right now. I don't think there's any much more to it. I think Downey is just too dominant with underhooks to say that he can't score points in this match. And that just goes for all Iranians in general. But I do think Taylor beats him, but I think by like 3 to 4 points. I don't think it's anything crazy this time.
Yeah. I wouldn't even go that far. I would say like maybe 2.
Yeah. I'll say it though. I'm not going to be surprised if Yazdani wins this match. But I don't think it will happen.
I talk a lot of shit to the Russian or the Iranians in the comments, but
oh my god, me posting King David Taylor on one of them. She was hilarious. But yeah, so I will take Taylor as the gold medalist. I think it's been a long time coming. I think Pete had love for a while. I do think he's better than Kyle Dake. People aren't going to.
That's another thing. I think just Dake and Taylor are just going to be so hungry for it at this point.
Yeah,
that's going to be a factor to it.
Yeah, you have to realize it's taken them so long, because Jaden Cox was not supposed to make the Olympic team in 2016, and he did it. And I know that shit hurt Dake more than anything. It's you have to realize if Dake went down in 2018 to 74, he could have gotten the spot. We don't know. But that was the point where he went up to 79. But yeah, I will say Taylor is my gold, Yazdani is my silver, Knifanov and Deepak Punia is my bronzes.
I mean, again, that kind of depends on the bracket, though.
I think Taylor is my gold, no matter what. I think Knifanov will give him a match in the sense that he'll go 6 minutes. That's it. I think Yazdani's the only real threat here, and you can put that in quotes too. But yeah, so what day was this posted? June 4th. Holy shit, that was a while ago. 97 kilos. Our rep, Kyle Snyder. You can talk for a little bit, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know who else there is. You're telling me to talk.
All right, so obviously,
I don't know this.
I do know that you don't know this, but obviously, who is the man at 97? Sadulayev. He's dominated. I'm not gonna go out here and say some bullshit like anybody is gonna compete with him. But I will also say that Sadulayev did suffer an injury at an event that went on. Sadulayev, obviously the most decorated wrestler in this field, world champion, 4-time world champion, 5-time world finalist, multiple-time Euro champion, won his first world title.
Is he number 1 pound for pound right now?
Yeah, but it's not close.
Yeah. All right, I just wasn't sure if someone else snuck in or something.
I think Sadulayev is number 1 right now. Sidikov is number 2, and Taha is number 3. And that's just freestyle though. Yeah. I think put Yuguyev in number 4 possibly. People are gonna get mad because Dake is there. I'm cool with all the Kyle Dake comments for gold, but when somebody in my comment section started arguing me how Dake would maul Sadulayev, that shit kind of pissed me off. We all know Sadulayev is gonna be an all-time great. It just doesn't matter.
He's gonna go down as a great in wrestling history, right up there with
Satiev,
Karelin, and Lopez.
Yeah. You ever watch any Satiev or?
Who?
You know Satiev?
If I do, it's not by name.
Yeah, you definitely do. probably the most decorated freestyle wrestler of all time. He's
Yeah,
the dude that
I
lost to
thought-
Brandon Slay.
It's like ringing bells, but not clicking.
He's good. He would tech like 2012 Jordan Burroughs and Cowdake.
Do you know how to spell it?
Bouvet
I might-
Saitiev. Just type in Saitiev. Saitiev. He'll come up. He's
looking up
3-time
real
Olympic
quick.
champ, 9-time world champion, something like that.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah.
dude, yeah.
He's good.
Jeez. Yeah, his
You know?
Wikipedia came up, and I just
Yeah.
see gold straight down.
Yeah, dude, he's good. He shit the bed in Sydney, as did Karelin. You know, I think Karelin's more talked about because Saitiev wasn't in the GOAT talk yet. You know,
And what was Karelin's record? Well, it was like some ridiculous number. Like
700 and something and one at that point. And then he lost to
Oh,
Rulon.
wow.
And it was just like, Rulon follows me, so I'm on his side on this one. I will also say this, that you can say whatever you want about that point, but Karelin scored no offensive points in that match. So it's like,
But yeah, people always say it's like, oh, it was a penalty point. It was the rule change that like it was still the rules. Like
yeah, it's like
Rulon was playing by the same rules.
yeah. Rulon gassed him too, which is kind of ironic.
Mhm.
But yeah, 97, Sadulayev, I think, is going to be my choice, obviously. Snyder, which is good. He is guaranteed to be on the opposite half of the bracket, so he's the 2 seed.
Mhm.
Now this presents some more issues. If Snyder has Sharifov, who was what was the weight class? 84 kilos in London? Olympic champion. Yeah, 84 kilos in London.
Something around
that was
there.
before the weight class changed. He was Olympic champ.
Yeah.
He beat Snyder in 2019, shut down the Sadulayev trilogy. And then you have Mohammedian,
That.
who, you know, I will say would have been the Olympic finals against Sadulayev in 2016. Would have given him a better match than the Turkish dude he wrestled. I do think Mohammedians, it's going to depend on the brackets. They are not seeded. What could happen is they could both get thrown on, one of them can get thrown on Snyder's side. First round, Snyder can get knocked off the bracket. Right?
Mhm.
And the other one could get thrown against Sadulayev first round and could meet Snyder in the first round of wrestlebacks. And essentially just knock him out of the tournament. Or they could both get thrown on Sadulayev's side, have Sadulayev go through absolute hell. Snyder cruises through the finals, and Snyder gets to wrestle a worn down Sadulayev, which would be the way that Snyder could repeat.
Yeah, that would be the best chance for us.
Yeah. You know, Team USA and all, but because our Indian
it breaks
dude
my
got
American heart to say Sadulayev is probably
our Indian dude got kicked out for doping, which is ironic. You know, I never thought that would happen. Yeah, we aren't too good at covering up shit. You know, our 74 kilo guy got arrested for murder.
Jesus.
He was at 65 kilos and silver medalist in London. No, I doubt he would have placed, but it's whatever. So Sadulayev will be my gold medal winner. Mohammedian, I think, gets silver, should the brackets permit. And then I'll go take Sharifov and Snyder bronze. I do think bronze is a win. I genuinely do hope that Snyder wins for the sole fact I need Jaden Cox fans to shut the hell up. It's just annoying. But
Wait, what are the Jaden Cox fans saying about the
Cox would have been Cox would beat Sadulayev? Like some bullshit. It's like Sharifov beat Cox every time they've wrestled.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, Cox wrestled, and then Cox loses some unranked dude. Like, I like Jaden Cox, but it's not even him. Like, he's a humble ass dude. But it went from people saying he was gonna lose to Bo Nickel to saying that he's gonna beat Sadulayev.
Yeah.
You know,
wrestling fans we shift quickly.
It's like Mohammedian, right? The Iranian, he teched Bo Nickel in under a minute.
Mm-hmm.
The same Jaden Cox beat Bo Nickel 5-2. You know? And Bo
Uh,
Nickel is not even the best guy, 86. He's the third best guy behind Taylor and Dean. But yeah, we'll hop into heavyweight. So our guy Gable, he's there. I don't know. I'll stay neutral on this, but I don't think
I
I
don't
will
know. I
say
don't
he
know the
doesn't.
field well enough
Yeah,
there, but
I will say he doesn't win gold for the sole fact that I will stand on this. It's not going to be like that or anything, but I'll stand on this saying that Taha Ghul and Gino Petrosvili are number one and number two until proven otherwise. If Gable wins gold, cool. I'm trying to say it's the least biased way possible, right? Because I do think it's possible. Looking at the brackets, though, Gino Petrosvili, number two guy, is number one because of the seeding points. Taha Ghul is number three, guaranteed different sides of the bracket, which is the best thing possible. Samorando is at number two, and Samorando is at number four. That means the two newcomers that are outside threats are going to be Gable Stevenson and Amir Zair from Iran, who DQ'd Nick Gwiazdowski by ramming him out of bounds with underhooks, as they do, right? And then you have Rakhimov, who pinned Gable in the World Finals. He's going to be there. I think that's the fifth man, right? I think those five are on a level above everybody else in this field. However, only four people can medal, right? I do think if Gable were to win the bracket, to be good enough to win the bracket, I don't think it's going to matter who you put in front of him.
Yes, it sounds like it's going to be a meat grinder,
Yeah.
like no matter how you approach it.
I will say that if Taha Ghul from Turkey, he brings his A game, it's going to be something special to watch, and I don't think anybody else has a chance. I'll say that. If people start wrestling more defensive, it's Gino's to take because he's the smartest wrestler of any of them. If Zaire can get his underhooks going and just start scrapping, getting his push-up points, getting to those knee picks, he's a heavyweight as Downey. That's what he is. He will run you into the ground with underhooks. And he doesn't tire out. So he can get those going. I don't think he can win just off of push-outs and cautions. Gable, his quickness comparable to Taha Ghul. What he lacks is length, obviously. He makes up for it in speed and just short offense, really. That's what he does. And Rakhimov, if he launches a couple big throws, he can be a bracket buster. Anybody else, I really don't want to be like this, but I'll go as far as say they don't have a chance. Maybe they can somehow upset their way in the bronze belt, but they're not in talks of winning it by any stretch of the imagination. I guarantee people are going to come at me for this in the comments, but it's kind of just whatever. But yeah. Who do you got?
At 125?
Yeah.
The Taha Ghul, is that it?
All right,
Did I say it? Yeah.
Defending Olympic
that's the
champion.
only one that I really recognize enough.
Yeah,
I don't think you can go wrong. Somebody.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with that pick. I don't see any way,
But
I'll write Gable down for a medal automatically. Which one he gets is up to him, how he wrestles. We've seen some of our best guys.
I could see him medaling.
Yeah, I could see him winning. I've more realistically started seeing him winning. I just haven't seen him against anybody good enough to actually put that in. As in Dake, I can see how people would be like, okay, Dake's winning.
Yeah.
It's like we saw, going back to what I said, it's like we saw Burroughs not place. Burroughs got teched in the wrestlebacks in 2016 to lose, right? Then we see Sadulayev cruise to the bracket. We see Snyder upset the bracket. Konchegashvili, how he won, he wasn't, let's be honest, not really. We see Gino Petrosvili from Georgia lose in the semifinals. Not that big of upsets in Tokyo, just people are just, it's going to be, we're going to find out who's put in the work and who didn't, really. That's really it. I don't know how else to say that. But yeah, do we have anything else to talk about?
I think there was something else we mentioned. I forget what it was though.
Stalemate's card.
I don't think we really got in. We talked about Downey and Gadson.
Talked about Downey and Gad. I think we talked about all of this, dude.
Yeah, we might
We
have
can
covered it
run through
all.
our Greco. We can run through Greco a little bit.
Oh God, if I
No, we
Steve
really
before, I'm
can't.
gonna look really dumb now.
Literally all I know is Lopez and Alex
Yeah,
Onion. That's it. So
yeah, we might need to get Jesse
yeah,
in here for that.
we might just call it, I think, today.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, guys. No, thank you for watching the revival episode. I think we'll call it. Or we can call this talk time with talk time. Whatever the fuck we want to call it. With Neko. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. This has been a good episode. It's been Late Night Shots, episode 85. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys again next time.